This is the story of Club Atlético Belgrano's 2022 shirts. Club Atlético Belgrano are an old club with a proud history. Playing in the colours of the Argentinian flag and bearing the name of the creator of that same flag, Manuel Belgrano, the club has long been a source of pride for residents of the neighbourhood of Alberdi, Córdoba, where the team are based.
For me, Belgrano means so much more than just football or any other sport in particular. It's a club that has a great sense of pride and identity in the place that it has within the community, within the province, within the city and the neighborhood. You go to the neighborhood, you go to the stadium, and you'll see that everything's about Belgrano, and not because it's a football club, but because it's the center of a community.
For Belgrano fans though, success has not always been easy to come by. After a period of 8 years in the top division, a difficult relegation in 2018 led to much uncertainty for the club. Heading into 2022, there was a burning desire to bring the club back to Argentina's top table, the place where Belgrano belonged. A beautiful story was about to unfold, in both narrative and aesthetic. Enter Martin Tibabuzo.
My name is Martin Tibabuzo. I was born here in Buenos Aires. Officially, I'm a graphic designer. I work also as a motion graphic designer and director. But my real passion and my proper occupation that I'm having since 2007, it's a football designer. So I've been designing apparel. I've been designing balls, some shoes also, collections, and lots of different things.
Martin is a legendary figure in the world of football shirts, working with Adidas in the golden period for the brand during the late noughties and early 10s. After a long career with the Three Stripes, Martin moved back to Argentina, eventually taking on a role with Araya. Shortly ahead of the 2022 season, Belgrano agreed to deal with Araya, and so the magic began. For Belgrano's new kits, there was a clear direction: channel the evocative identity of the club as El Pirata, the Pirates.
So we said, okay, you are the Pirates. It's an amazing nickname. How can it be that you never did a pirate jersey, pirate collection? So they say, okay, let's try it. So we started to combine all this. It was a quick research from their side and our side. So we researched in all the pirate icons, like the ship, the wheel, the flag, the skull, for example. And then they started to send me all the iconic landmarks of the neighborhood of Alberdi.
These elements, the imagery of pirates and of the neighbourhood of Alberdi, were combined to great effect. The inspiration behind the style of the pattern was brilliant.
I love, I don't have any tattoos, but I love tattoos as a motif for things. Well, it's not the first time I do something with tattoos, but I propose them to do a big tattoo all over. So we created this kind of effect on we treat some pictures and we draw some things, and we came up with this all over pattern, having lots of, as I said, icons, pirate icons and Alberdi icons.
It was a huge success. Belgrano shirts, the home in light blue and the away in darker tones of grey and black, complemented one another well. The details of the pattern were rich. To look over the shirt is just to read pages of a book. Stories jump out at you from every corner. Something new can be found each time. One such story was the striking alternate crest. Martin brought a proposal for the club to use a skull and crossbone crest, a potential first for the team.
And then the hardest part I thought it was going to be the hardest part. It's like, okay, I would love to have a skull, a pirate flag as the crest. So I remember I was doing the first sketches. It was all blacked out, including the crest, and we just highlight the skull. And I always thought that they were going to say, no, this is too much, but they love it from the very beginning.
Belgrano were all in. They and Araya embraced their identity, and the fans embraced them back. Unsurprisingly, the new shirts flew off the shelves. As the season started, the team looked more than up for the challenge set before them, rising to the summit of the table in the first weeks. As the year rolled on though, Belgrano began to look over their shoulders. A dip in form led to some concern in the camp. The promised land of the top division would be anything but a guarantee. Araya and Belgrano had one more trick up their sleeves though.
It was a crazy story with Belgrano. The jersey was already in production. The tournament already started. And then the guys from the club say like, look, we need to include something red on the kit. I say, what? Yeah, every time we got promoted to the first league, there was something red on the jersey. It was the sponsor here, or the sponsor here, the brand here, the brand here. I say, guys, it's already in production. We already sold some jerseys without anything red. We can't add anything red because it's not good that you have one kit like this and then you have to change it. I talked it with my partner and said like, no, it's impossible. The factory said no. So it was going and going and going. And then they were like, it was crazy. They were like in the first games, it was a long tournament, 38 games. And I think we passed half of the tournament and they started to lose for the first time. 1 game, 2 games, 1 game they draw. And they say, look, the guys behind are going to catch us. We need to do something. We must include something red. Say, okay, yes, no. So we end up doing like some really small transfers of our brand Area logo in red, and we send them there to Cordoba, and they put it inside the jersey in the back. And there's some stories when you see in Instagram some stories. If you know that story, you zoom in and you see something red from the inside. And the crazy thing, they won the first game with this red insert inside. They won 4-1. And since then it was just like, okay, that's whenever we need, we know how to make it to make it better.
No one was stopping Belgrano in their beautiful pirate kits, red details now included. In September, Club Atlético Belgrano secured promotion to the Primera Division, and they had done it in style. Finishing in first place, the club captured a coveted championship title. More than a little cause for celebration.
Belgrano fans are born to suffer, so it's never just an easy road. We got to earn everything we have. So after the 90 minutes were done, everything was just a relief and a celebration and a moment that all of us will remember forever.
It's a really crazy kit. I think it's in my top 10 of my kits. I designed it all over my career.
So it's just a celebration of the club, a celebration of the neighborhood, and a celebration of the city. Belgrano this year proudly represented Cordoba against all the other clubs, and all the other usual football in Argentina goes through Buenos Aires, or the main things in Argentina go always through Buenos Aires. So this was just taking a stand for Cordoba as a city and achieving what ended up being the biggest achievement in sports for the province. And it came from a club in second division, and it came from a club that did everything it had to do in the best way possible.
Before the popularization of the skull and crossbone flag, pirates would often fly a simple flag of red, the bloody flag. This flag would signal no quarter given. In 2022, the Pirates of Belgrano would give no quarter themselves, and as a result, their legend will endure forever.